I'm pretty sure this autosave is enough.
30 FPS is where to...
Yep.
Gotta start from the
Where we wanna
cutscene
go.
again, I guess. Alright, so we're playing on easy. I guess I can explain stuff here as well. We're playing on easy. Doesn't make a difference for too many things other than mana, which is actually a pretty big part of the routing and what we get speed from in the game. And on very hard mana potions give
Yeah,
you
yeah, it's mana
way
potions
less mana.
that gives you less mana, and on easy they give you almost a full mana bar.
The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
Right, so the elevators that I tried to do there, they're FPS dependent, and you can't have VSync on, otherwise they don't work, and you need plus 100 FPS, which should be really good on these PCs, but VSync on, it doesn't work.
Yes.
Yeah, time starts when I gain control.
Calm down, people. It'll be fine.
It's gonna be fun.
I promise.
Trust us, we've done this once or twice.
Maybe.
Especially this first part. It's the best part of the game.
The Empress will be waiting for your news, Bobo.
And there we go, take two.
Okay.
There we go. Nice, nice.
So yeah, what that first elevator glitch does there is it lets me skip over the cutscene trigger for where Emily, the little girl over here, would come and greet you and hug you and ask you to play hide and seek with her.
Very well.
But obviously it's a lot faster to just climb on the roof and almost kill yourself than to play with a little girl.
As you wish.
And basically how the elevator glitch works is that every 90-degree corner in the game, like no matter how high, has a pixel in the middle of it that you can actually climb up. It's somehow recognized as a kind of a ledge you can climb. So every single 90-degree corner is pretty much a series of those little ledges that you can just keep on climbing higher and higher. And you'll see a pretty good example of that right here. So now we're basically on a timer where a cutscene is playing there. So during that timer I'm gonna get up here, just dancing with the seagulls, and I'm gonna go around some nice invisible walls. Hopefully I don't manage to drop down here. Just make a quick save really. Just to be safe.
And I guess we can introduce ourselves. It's MrWalrus 3451/subscribe who's running the game. It's me, Jan Mumrick, and
Verward.
yeah.
Alright, so what happened there is as soon as the assassins walked in, I dropped down and I took a huge amount of damage. Because this is kind of a tutorial for the combat of the game doesn't want you to like die here. So you can't actually die by taking damage. You can still like drop, if you drop down to the sides you can hit a death trigger and die. But it doesn't want you to die to the combat with these guys. So essentially by dropping down and taking a lot of damage, we just tell the game, oh, we suck at the combat, we can't do it, and it just lets us pass to the cutscene.
Protect her.
It's a pretty handy way of saving time.
You know what to do. Don't you? Papa.
Look at what he's done. Yes, he's killed the Empress.
So that's a very nice sword that he's holding against us.
Yeah. Also I'm gonna be holding F from this cutscene onto a skippable cutscene. And that lets me instantly skip the prompt. Normally there's just this prompt that like makes you press the F key for like a second or so. And if I hold the F key from another cutscene into that, it'll just instantly skip it. It's kind of specific which cutscenes work for it and which don't. It's pretty weird. Speeds up the game by like 4 seconds maybe, the entirety of the run. So now we've been put to prison. Too bad the roof doesn't have collision, so we can just elevator the foop out of here. Oh.
There we go.
That is how you escape a prison.
Yeah.
Take notes, everybody.
So what you normally would have to do is like go around, grab a couple of keys, get some explosives, blow up the door, and then drop down to the lake there. But by just skipping all of that, we save about 50 or so seconds. Alright, so the beginning of the game has like just a couple of elevators and stuff like that, some small movement optimization. Like here I'm spamming space while I'm forced to crouch, and it just makes me move like 30% faster or so. And for example here I'm gonna jump into the water and crouch just to minimize the time I spend in water. And here I'm picking up a bottle, maybe, or not. With that I would have just been able to knock off the cops a little bit faster, saves like less than a half a second though.
0.3.
Yeah. And here if you jump on these rocks, the rats won't eat you. Normally what the game wants you to do is take a corpse from there and throw it to the rats to eat. Here's another elevator, just skip climbing up the chain. And then we get our weapons. But yeah, the start is pretty standard looking FPS. Relatively soon though we get this short range teleports, and that kind of makes and breaks the game. And we totally didn't get past that guy.
Rip, Jeff.
Oh, he was doing some nice splashing there as well. If you get lucky and hit that metal thing there and make it drop down, it actually explodes behind you and gives you a little bit of a boost. Once again saving maybe half a second, but that's really all you can do at the start here. It's not too many strats other than the elevator skips at the very start. And then here is Samuel. We'll be hearing a lot from this guy during the run.
And one thing to notice that in the start of the run we use the elevator glitch a lot because we don't have any of our powers yet, and that makes the elevator glitch really useful. Later when we get our blink ability, it becomes kind of obsolete and we only use it one more time in the run.
Yeah.
Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the watch will break in with swords drawn.
The beginning parts used to be relatively boring without the elevator glitch. Also kind of RNG. Like the prison section, you could really easily get screwed by the guards there. With the elevator, you just skip all of that. And as long as you're able to do it, you're free to go.
We can continue this lecture.
So here's another cutscene skip. Out of that cutscene I start holding F again and hit it here, and that insta skips this. And this trick is called ferret fetch. If you stand on a relatively precise spot there, you can grab the whale oil can without having to go upstairs. Saves like 5 seconds or something. Alright, so now we get blink once we go to sleep. And the game changed a lot.
Sleep well.
Okay, so the rest of the game is pretty much just blinking around, figuring out which potions are worth it to pick up, which are too far out of the way, and where to blink, managing your mana. You can always only regen one blink, so for example there I waited for that blink regen. And I'm using a pretty precise amount of blinks everywhere, because for example here when I end with 0 mana, after I get out of this section I also get a mana regen, and that's like a big part of the routing. You want to always end your missions with no blinks left, or as few as possible. You don't want to have like a full mana bar when you end a mission, because you'll always get the refill at the end of it. And there I actually did a nice trick that we use a lot in the run, which is called damage cancelling. Basically this game has 4 different things that can happen when you fall down, depending on the altitude you fall. For example, if you fall just a couple of meters, like 2 meters, you don't get any animations, you just land and you can keep going. Then if you fall like 5 or so meters, you get this landing animation, and that wastes a bunch of time. Then if you fall about 6 or 7 meters, you get damaged, but you don't get the animation. So a lot of times taking that damage actually saves a lot more time. And then if you go too far, too high, you get the animation and you get also damaged. Makes for a nice and precise blinking to really have setups and know where to blink to avoid as many like fall down animations as you can. So in this mission we're going to kill Campbell and grab a journal from him. And here I'm gonna use this lamp oil to blow up this invisible, or not invisible, but like electric wall that would otherwise insta-kill me. And there it actually took a while to explode, so it's good that I waited.
Yeah, that whale oil tank can be a bit of a troll sometimes.
Yeah. If you just trust it too much and run into the lightning wall, you'll sometimes get zapped. Also I picked up Agility 2, which is a power-up, and you get power-ups by picking up runes along the levels.
Agility 1.
Agility 1, yeah. And it lets me do a double jump. And then Agility 2 later lets me run faster, and Blink 2, which will also be gets me faster movement speed. So yeah, there we killed Campbell, clipped through the doors, exited through the out of bounds area in the back. Hopefully you got all of that. That'll be on the test tomorrow.
And in this mission you're also supposed to save your friend or supposed friend Martin. However, that is pretty slow, so we skipped doing that.
Yeah.
And somehow he managed to escape anyways.
Yep.
Also might wanna explain the clipping, I guess?
Oh yeah, so basically all those clips that I did there work by just leaning up against the wall and sprinting towards it. And when you do that, you get like a short time window where you can blink through it. Basically your camera, when you lean, your camera gets detached from your body. And during that time you can still blink, because the blinks come from the camera and not your like model. And yeah, that lets us do a bunch of stuff. Go fast. Here I'm gonna again hold F from this cutscene onto the next one to instantly skip the prompts.
He is running on patch 1.2 at the moment. 1.4 is viable. 1.4 is the latest patch, and it works pretty much just as well, except one part in Golden Cat. If you get the bad RNG, whereas you can clip through a floor from beneath. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason he's running on 1.2 at this moment. It used to be other reasons as well, but not important anymore.
So this mission we have to kill a couple of Weepers, and then I also grab a couple of runes that are pretty close by there. They're pretty worth going for since they're so close, and there's 2 of them. And we get agility 2, which makes the running a lot better.
I'll take you to the Golden Cat.
And this mission has the first RNG bit of the game. Now with the out of bounds strats that we have for the bad luck version, the difference is only 2 seconds. So this doesn't break the run even if you're going for a record or anything.
I'll get you as close as I can to the Golden Cat.
Yeah, basically if I get good luck, it's a little bit easier, but then again the guards around the area can control me a bit more. But then if I get the bad luck, I have to do this out of bounds strat, and the grenade throw that I have to do during that is kind of hard. Depends on which thing I have to go for. You'll see more about that.
This here's his territory.
Some clarification. Elevators works on all patches, and so does the current clipping method that we use. The old usage for 1.2 was for the old clipping method, where you did a double jump and blinked downwards in the second part of the jump, which got you stuck halfway through the wall, and then you could just blink to the other side from there. There's also the floor clipping, which basically is you can just be underneath the floor and jump out of it, which is the thing we use for bad luck here in Golden Cat.
Alright, so here we gotta rescue Emily from this evil place. And also we gotta kill the Pendleton twins. And we pick up some more runes along the way to get Blink 2. And I'm getting bad luck, so we get to see the out of bounds strat. So first we gotta kill this guy, and then we're going out of bounds. Hopefully. There we go. And we got him. That grenade throw can be a little bit tricky. Kind of took it slow there and aimed a little bit more precisely than I would on like a super hardcore serious time record attempt, but
basically there's a small gap where you can throw the grenade so it falls straight down and lands right in front of the Pendleton twin. If you're a bit unlucky or just bad at throwing, I guess, the bomb might actually drop down and end up outside, and he doesn't die. So it's pretty precise.
Also, while practicing, we figured out a really weird thing about this game. If you don't have an audio device plugged in, some of the NPCs that have dialogue options, they have like really long and awkward pauses in between their lines. They'll just like stare at you for about 5-6 seconds before saying their next line of dialogue. Same thing before the chat options for you appear.
Okay. I heard a lot.
Also during this cutscene we have some pretty nice nice dialogue here. Very well written.
I guess this is probably the second longest cutscene in the game.
Yeah.
Young Lady Emily, I'm Callisto.
And currently around 2/3 of the run are cutscenes, unfortunately. However, the actual gameplay parts are pretty intense, which makes up for that waiting. So,
Good. I think I'll like it here. I'll go with Callista Corvo. See you later.
Amazing dialogues.
Yeah, basically, within the Dishonored community, that is the joke. Can I see it? Just as a reference to that line. It's pretty good.
In one night, you've done more than most men do in a lifetime. I need to speak to you soon. But for now, Lord Pendleton requests your attention.
Corvo.
Off to Caldwin's Bridge, sir.
Right, so for example, in that intermission, I used all of my mana. And that's because, for whatever reason, for this intermission, you get a mana refill before it and after it. So, yeah.
They want you to go fast.
Yeah, pretty much. So we can just use as many blinks there pretty much as we can. Couldn't really squeeze more in there.
Late Empress, so maybe you haven't visited the bridge before tonight. Something to look out for.
No, we actually didn't. I can't swordless. Okay, so that's the glitch actually that we use the most.
Right.
We probably should have explained that in the beginning. But as you see, you will see it when he gets off this boat. He will take out his sword and his powers, and then he will put his sword away, but still keep his powers out. So basically, what he does, takes out the sword, holds F to put it away, and then just press left click, and you'll keep your power out.
And the reason why you want your sword not to be in your hand is because the sword makes you move about 10% slower.
Yep.
And yeah, that first section of this mission is actually timed, so we can't go any faster there. Even though it seems like I'm just running around for a long time and not doing any blinks or anything. It's just because it's timed. If you don't let the objective update, you have to go back to that area to update it. Otherwise the game will have a soft lock waiting for you here.
Basically, Samuel won't be waiting for you at the end of the level.
Yeah.
And
Right, so we're gonna capture Sokolov.
Count my hopes.
That drop at the end of the mission always looks kind of risky, but as long as I have a health potion to pop right before it, it's gonna be fine. Always does the same amount of damage to you. There's also some backups you can do if you don't have the health potion with you.
They set up a cell for Sokolov in the old kennel. Shackles and everything.
It'll be a shock, him waking up in the straw and old dog poop. But from what I hear, he's woken up worse places.
And yeah, actually the next mission we're getting into will have the biggest RNG point in the entire game basically. It's about a 1 out of 3 chance that your run will get through there, even though Jan might disagree with that.
I think it's around 1 in a 10, but some might disagree. It used to be that we had 2 pretty heavy RNG points. One was the Pendletons in Golden Cat, which can spawn into different locations. And it was the Boils, where you want one of the 3 spawns. But now with the new out-of-bounds strat for bad luck Golden Cat, it actually doesn't matter that much anymore. However, in this mission where you kill the Boils, it has quite a lot of importance right now, since we use a new method that best case saves time, worst case loses you a lot of time. So
Yeah, there's basically a bunch of different ways to clear this mission. The thing I'm gonna go for is like the real-time friendliest, I'd say, I guess.
yeah,
The other way involves you quick saving and then continuously loading that save until you know which boil you have to kill, and then you only kill one target. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill one of the targets and then kind of pray that the letter that I'm gonna pick up tells me that I killed the right one. If it doesn't, I'm most likely gonna have to kill all of them.
Pendleton is a gutless, lying sack.
So that's the first target. I'm gonna pick up a letter from out of bounds and hope that that tells me that I killed the right one. It tells me I killed the right one, or I killed the one in red dress, but that doesn't actually count. Because the out of bound letters are kind of broken. They really don't work in the way they're supposed to.
also one thing we haven't really discussed, which is a minor part, is that if you do a jump slash on targets, you skip the kill animations
Right.
that they do otherwise, which is a pretty huge time save though, actually. There are different kind of slowdown kills you can get, and the worst one will lose you a lot of time.
Yeah, the
you don't
worst,
get it.
worst like these kind of slow-mo kill animations, I think they're up to like 8-9 seconds, which is a pretty big deal. And yeah, by just jumping and hitting the target in the head, you skip all of that. Sometimes if you like aim a bit weirdly or the game doesn't like you, you can still get a slowdown. It's usually if the target sees you and then you kill them. That's usually when you'll still get a slowdown.
And now we've done away with a woman and a noble woman.
And then in the previous mission, I actually did kind of an additional quest for this guy. I gave his letter,
You've had a long night.
but that letter like challenged the dude to a duel with me, but I didn't do the duel. By doing that precisely, I don't I don't get any extra dialogue from that guy about the quest. If I didn't give the letter, he would like be mad. Why didn't you give the letter? Blah blah blah. And if I did give the letter and then I killed the guy that I was kind of supposed to kill there, he would have talked about the guy that I killed some more. By doing that, it saves a bunch of time.
This is it, Corvo.
And next up here is Tower. This is actually the only later mission where we use an elevator in the 80% route. You can pretty much do elevators anywhere you want, but the
Most important thing is
only useful place for the run after prison is
calls it his safe.
this place.
Crazy if you ask me.
The elevator itself doesn't really save time, however it saves mana, which allows you to blink more.
And save
And
time.
thus
It's
saving
still
time.
a tiny bit faster as well. But by saving like 2 blinks, I think is what it saves. You save like 4 seconds with that.
Well, it was an honor to serve with you.
And there we go. So here I'm picking up a bunch of mana potions that are pretty conveniently along the way. Then I'm clipping in here to grab an audio file, and then we're gonna play it at the radio station, and that neutralizes the target that we could have killed in this mission, but it's actually faster to just do this. as far as we are aware. Oh. Oh, nice. Landed a tiny bit to the left, so I ended up dying. Right, the checkpoints here. I also had like really low health.
Then you will see I am not at fault. My poverty.
Just take that a bit safer, right? And then again we're gonna land on Samuel's head to not get fall damage from that height. Like that fall would normally just flat out kill you no matter what. You could also safely land on the water, but that's a bunch slower.
Big changes. Makes me uneasy.
Right, and then everything seems fine and peaceful. We have won the battles, but then we get betrayed.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoilers. Sorry.
High overseer. I'm guessing our work is almost.
Just forget you heard that.
Yeah, nobody heard that.
Me, I think I'll just linger out here if you don't mind. Reflect on things while we have a moment.
So again, I'm gonna be holding F from here to the next cutscene, and then out of those cutscenes into another cutscene. Just to skip always that first one with, like instantly, like here. The first one got skipped, and then I'm holding F again. To this cutscene here. And then actually after this cutscene, I'll be holding F throughout the longest cutscene of the game for about 2.5 minutes or so. Quite exciting.
We considered letting Jan hold the button for these 3 minutes, but then we realized that would be tool assisted, so
Co-op run.
yeah, Walrus is gonna have to hold it himself. So
If there's any donations, this would be like the perfect place for them.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died.
Donations?
Poison. Tyrion stuff. Add it to your
Pac-Man.
That's up to doubt.
I guess not. I did, Jobs. I did.
Yeah,
He's my tool.
I'm used to it though.
I thought you were Gordon Ramsay, man. What's going on here? I've been betrayed.
Gordon, Gem, and Rick Ramsey. You got me. So... no donations?
Pretty sure, but
I know a great deal, bodyguard. I recognize those marks on your hand.
Go blame the techs here
A gift from your friend,
or something.
the one who talks to you in the dark. Talks to you when you visit his shrine.
Yeah, we have a few quick donations here. We have $1 from Nolan who says, "Loving the run. Dishonored is one of my favorite games. Keep it up."
Who you are.
We have $10 from Olympe de Gouge who says, "Hello guys, may I ask for the blonde guy's white shirt Twitch account? Females and gays in chat are dying to know, Kappa. Loving the stream." We have $20 from Spencer who says, "Thanks for the entertainment." And we have $50 from Anonymous who says, "Thanks for all the entertainment and hard work on this event, everybody. Special shout out to the announcers and support staff for keeping this mad train rolling. Also, thanks to MrWalrus for bringing my favorite speedrun game at the moment to this event. Such a great run to watch and play. Have a blast, guys. Oh, And I think Frippik is still waiting for a competitor for the X48 marathon run. Thanks for all your donations, guys. Remember that they're all going to Doctors Without Borders, so it's all for a great cause.
So yeah, now we have started doing the flooded mission, which is well, a lot of people kind of hate it because it's a really hard mission to pull off really well. There's a lot of hard clips, some pretty tight blinks, and Dowd can be a troll. So, but this has been gone pretty smoothly so far.
Yeah, this is actually pretty solid, flooded.
So here coming up is a relatively new skip. In the outer bounds here there's a current that runs along, and for some reason on really low FPS you skyrocket through the current, and by quick saving and quick loading the FPS actually drops while the game runs still, and it will put you at the end of the current. And it saves a good 6 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
We had a blast figuring out that. We just capped our FPS to like 10 and 5 and just flew through that water. It was so much fun.
We have 3 more donations if now's a good time.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, we have $5 from Dr. T-Chops, who says, "Can I see it?" We have
Yes.
$5 more
Yes.
from Anonymous, who says, "Here's a donation." And lastly, $5 from Hajadlo, who says, pardon me, probably Hayadlo, who says, "I'm sorry, Walrus, but I'm really drunk, so I can't watch the stream. Good luck with the run, and I hope you'll continue your awesome work with runs."
Shoutouts to Hajadlo.
Yeah, Hayadlo,
Shoutouts.
a great guy,
Thanks very much, guys.
and obviously really drunk.
This is it, sir. I suspect Havelock Martin and Will Pendleton ran there a while ago.
Alright, so now we're actually already on the last mission.
They're not giving up without
And this mission, actually, we found a nice little strat just like a couple hours ago. It's not much faster, and I'm gonna kind of take it safe. But I'll still try to show it off.
Yep. It saves about 0.7 seconds in a perfect world, and it's about 1,000 times harder than the normal strat.
Yeah,
So I'd say it's definitely worth it.
totally. Right at the end. We also have a relatively new route here that most people probably haven't seen in a marathon yet. Normally we would have gone like to the right a bunch more, but now we're actually going here, picking up an extra potion there, and doing a nice little double blink here. Nice. Hardest part of the game is landing in that hatch.
Yep.
Went pretty smoothly. Sometimes you just have to like fiddle around with the hatch for God knows how long.
So you're going for this?
Yeah, I'll try it a couple times. If I can't do it, let's just finish with the normal way.
And then one more quick
Just
donation.
make sure to-
Now's a good time.
Kalska,
quick
please. Oh. Close enough.
Oh, whatever. I'm going the normal way. I guess the save was kind of in a bad spot. And
Come up.
time.
There we go.
Yes.
Not a bad RTA time,
Not a
considering bad
real
luck.
time. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was really good.
Hey guys, just one more thing before you sign off. We have a $1 donation here from Zero Joe, who says, "We'll donate another $10 if someone sings a song."
Should we sing the
gonna-
ending song? Could we?
I don't remember the lyrics to that.
Should I? I mean, it's.
If you know the lyrics, go ahead, man.
I'll try. I'll try.
All right.
I'll try. I'll need the song though, the in-game mods.
Right.
So, should we just switch this real quick?
Sure.
You wanna take? Oh yeah. Oh god, this is gonna be horrible. Just do it. I mean, yeah.
Decades hence, when your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb.
Now I got nervous. Like,
Don't worry. Oh, here. Oh, lyrics.
Oh, spatula. I love you. I love you. Again, the smaller, the taller they stand, the harder they fall. We live for today, we die for the next.
Blood in our veins, in the air, in our chest, so we step into war, with the hearts on the line. Again on the boots, city over time. The music evades, the violence slows.
As it rises, the sun goes. It's a distant room, my best. A withering smile that's stuck deep in your vest. Night wraps its finger around your body, it shakes. Sound of a voice, a sweet symphony. Over and over till you are free.
Donate to make him stop.
Yeah, I think that's enough. Yeah.